You've got big dreams. You're ambitious and want to be successful, but there's a problem. You procrastinate. You know what you should be doing, but you're not doing it. This leads to self-guilt, because deep down, you know you're capable of more. Over time, that guilt turns into acceptance. Then the new year rolls around, and you find yourself chasing the same goals as last year. You start strong, motivated. But before long, you feel like your goals are out of reach and fall back into procrastinating again. It becomes a daily cycle, and before you know it, you've tricked yourself into becoming something you're not. Lazy. So, how do you break the cycle? Here's the truth. People might tell you that you need to delete social media or remove distractions like gaming. But these only treat the symptoms and might only help short-term. They don't solve the root problem. To solve procrastination, we need to understand inertia. In physics, inertia is the tendency for objects at rest to stay at rest and objects in motion to stay in motion, unless acted upon by an external force. This applies to tasks too. Getting started, even on something small, requires external force and energy to overcome that resting state. The problem is, we often make this initial push feel overwhelming. We often make our end goals so big and grandiose that instead of starting, we avoid the task completely and distract ourselves with things like social media. So how do we break inertia and stop procrastination? Start small. The hardest part of any task is always getting started and are often paralyzed by how daunting our goals are. Reduce the stakes. Instead of saying, I need to finish these 20 math problems, say, I'll try to work on 5 math problems for the next hour. Doesn't that sound much easier? That feels doable and lowers the entry barrier in doing the task. If a task feels daunting, commit to doing the task for just a few minutes. For example, don't feel like doing laundry? Put on a song. And do the task until the song ends. Here's the magic. Once you start, momentum builds. You'll find that that little small push often turns into you completing the task. Remember, objects in motion stay in motion. You may have also heard the quote, "The first step is always the hardest." So please, take that first step, right now. No matter how small, you'll find that momentum will take over and your future self will thank you for it. Please leave a comment and subscribe if you found this helpful.